the Golden State Warriors have officially saved their season in a thriller against the Los Angeles Clippers. Stephen Curry was absolutely electric, proving once again why he is the best shooter to ever touch a basketball, as the Warriors fought through a messy game to keep their playoff hopes alive. We are breaking down the full player ratings from this massive play-in win that had everyone talking.
Never run out of battery again with the INIU portable charger, the slimmest 10,000 mAh power bank that keeps your devices charged on the go. Stay powered up wherever you go. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
If you missed the action, you need to see how it went down, as the game highlights capture every pivotal moment from the showdown at the Intuit Dome. From the defensive intensity to the offensive firestorms, the clips tell the story of a team refusing to go home. We have the full breakdown of how the Warriors silenced the doubters and secured this essential victory. History was made on the court tonight as Stephen Curry etched his name into the record books as the oldest point guard in NBA history to drop 35 points in a single game. Between Draymond Green locking down Kawhi Leonard in the clutch and Al Horford raining down triples, the Warriors are now setting their sights on a massive play-in matchup against the Phoenix Suns. The path to the 8th seed is clear, and the stakes could not be higher. Stephen Curry has officially forced the front office into a no-brainer plan for the summer, as experts argue the Warriors must go all in to support his championship window. It is time for Golden State to maximize every remaining year of greatness from their superstar, and that journey starts right now. Make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell so you never miss an update on the Warriors' quest for the playoffs. Ever get the feeling you're watching a team play with fire, only to realize they're actually the ones setting the building ablaze? That was the Golden State Warriors in their wild play-in win against the Clippers. They shot the lights out. I'm talking 56% from the field and a blistering 46% from deep, but somehow managed to make this a nail-biter with 20 head-scratching turnovers. It was messy, it was chaotic, and frankly, it was a blast to watch. Let's break down who brought the heat and who needs to hit the film room. Starting with the man, the myth, the legend, Stephen Curry. With 35 points and 7 triples, Steph wasn't just playing. He was performing an exorcism on the Clippers' defense. He was efficient, he was fearless, and he reminded everyone why you never bet against him in a big game. Then you have Draymond Green. The stat line shows 7 points and 9 assists, but that doesn't capture the masterclass he put on defensively. Locking down Kawhi Leonard in the second half while snagging 4 steals? That is elite-level impact, even if his turnover count kept the game closer than it should have been. Now, a massive shout-out to Al Horford. When the starters needed a breather, Horford stepped up and hit 3 straight triples in the fourth quarter like it was a casual shoot-around. That is the kind of veteran poise that wins championships. We also saw Kristaps Porzingis put up arguably his best game in a Warriors jersey, dominating both ends of the floor, and Santos, who gave us a 20-point explosion despite being a bit loose with the ball. Podziemski and Melton rounded out the effort with gritty, high-energy minutes that kept the momentum alive. Look, the Warriors proved they have the offensive firepower to outrun anyone, but those 20 turnovers are a ticking time bomb. If they can tighten up the screws, this team is going to be a nightmare for whoever they face next. So, what do you think? Is this roster deep enough to make a real run, or is the lack of ball security going to catch up to them? Let me know in the comments below, and don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe for more deep dives. They say you shouldn't play with fire, but for the Warriors, it's clearly the only way they know how to win. Ever wonder what happens when 2 Western Conference giants decide to turn the floor into a literal battleground? That is exactly what went down on April 15, 2026, as the LA Clippers clashed with the Golden State Warriors, and trust me, this wasn't your typical mid-season matchup. From the opening tip-off, the intensity was palpable, serving as a masterclass in modern basketball strategy and raw individual skill. Watching these 2 rosters trade blow for blow was nothing short of high-octane theater, featuring the kind of high-stakes playmaking that reminds you why we can't look away from the court. You could feel the defensive pressure cranking up with every possession, forcing both teams to dig deep into their rotations just to keep pace with the sheer speed of the game. Whether you are a die-hard fan or just here for the highlight reel, this game had it all: clutch perimeter shooting, suffocating interior defense, and momentum swings that left the crowd absolutely buzzing. It is rare to see such a high level of execution in the heat of the moment, and frankly, it is the kind of game that defines a legacy. If you haven't caught the full breakdown yet, do yourself a favor and watch the highlights linked here. It's pure gold. If you enjoyed this breakdown of the action, make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so you never miss a deep dive into the moments that shape the league. At the end of the day, basketball isn't just about the points on the board. It's about the grit shown when the clock is ticking down and everything is on the line. Think the Golden State Warriors are finally done? Think again. On a high-stakes Wednesday night in Los Angeles, Steph Curry reminded the world that while Father Time is undefeated, he's still losing the battle against number 30. In a wild play-in tournament clash against the Clippers, the Warriors didn't just survive. They roared back from a 13-point deficit to snatch a 126-121 victory. And at the center of it all was Steph, dropping 35 points in 36 minutes. We are talking vintage Curry here, 12 for 23 from the field and a lethal 7 for 12 from downtown. But it wasn't just another stat line. By hitting that 35-point mark at age 38, Curry officially became the oldest point guard in NBA history to pull off such a feat. It is truly mind-boggling that in his 17th season, he is still firmly planted in the top 15 players on the planet. This wasn't just a one-man show, though. While Steph was busy breaking records, Draymond Green was putting on a defensive clinic against Kawhi Leonard when it mattered most, and Al Horford stepped up with 4 massive fourth-quarter triples to help ignite a 43-point explosion in the final frame, the team's best fourth quarter since 2023. Now, the momentum shifts to Phoenix. The Warriors have to shake off their road game struggles and face the Suns this Friday for a shot at that elusive 8th seed. Can the veterans keep this fairytale run alive, or will the Suns prove too much at home? Let me know your predictions in the comments below, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button to stay locked into the chaos of the NBA playoffs. Sometimes, you just have to bet on greatness. Is the sun finally setting on the Warriors' dynasty, or did we just witness a masterclass that proves they aren't done yet? Steph Curry just sent the Clippers packing in an absolute clinic, and honestly, it felt less like a play-in game and more like a reminder of who still runs this league. With 35 points and that vintage fourth-quarter surge, Curry proved he is still operating on a plane of existence that most players only dream of reaching. Going into Wednesday, a lot of people were ready to write the eulogy for this Warriors era. But after watching him hit 7 triples and put on a clinic, the front office has a massive realization to face. You don't rebuild when you have the greatest shooter to ever walk the earth playing at this level. Sure, the season has been a grind, marked by injuries and frustrating inconsistencies, but Wednesday night wasn't just a win, it was a statement. Even with the deck stacked against them and the Clippers favored to move on, Curry, backed by some timely defense from Draymond and clutch shooting from Horford, effectively crashed the party. And here is the reality. Even if they don't make a deep run through the Suns or Thunder, the narrative has shifted. This isn't about whether they should try to fix things. It is about the obligation the organization has to their franchise icon. Curry is proving that at his age, he is still the engine of a championship-caliber team if you simply give him the right parts. The path forward for Golden State is crystal clear. They need to be aggressive this summer, trade the picks, shake up the roster, and exhaust every bit of cap space to surround Steph with the talent he needs for one last, glorious title hunt. He has given his blood, sweat, and soul to this franchise for over a decade, and he has earned the right to go out swinging for another ring. If you believe Curry deserves one more legitimate shot at the Larry O'Brien Trophy, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the Warriors' off-season moves. At the end of the day, legends like Steph don't just fade away. They deserve to go out on their own terms, preferably with one more championship banner hanging in the rafters.